Carla, can you hear me? I don't even know she's.
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. Just doing another sound test. Thank you. Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Right. Before we start, see most of y'all. Waiting on a couple, but we'll go ahead and get started. Do I need to call it to order before I ask this question about switching the agenda? Or
Yes.
all right, so we'll start out. Call to order. I'm going to take a quick roll call. Yuji here. Celeste.
Here.
Kathy.
Here.
Holly.
Here.
Angie.
Here.
Jackie.
Jackie, we didn't hear you.
Oh,
We see you, but we didn't hear you. Sorry.
let's see.
Oh, now I can hear
Oh,
you.
now we can hear you.
Okay, here.
You're here. Okay, great. Linda.
Here.
Megan. And Rayon. It's not here. Megan might be joining later. But we do have a quorum. So before we start going through everything, want to ask the board and presenters, we had a scheduling issue. So is it possible for us to start with the legal counsel for the first 30 minutes or so and then approve the proposals? Or is that, I want to make sure the people who need to be here for that part can be here.
Yeah, that's fine with me.
And with me.
Fine with me.
Sounds good.
Same.
Great. Okay, so then we'll move through the approval of minutes and then switch over. Oh, yeah, so next item on the agenda is public testimony. Do not have any, so we will move on to consideration and possible action to approve minutes. This is to approve the minutes from our last board meeting on September 25th, 2025. Board members, do I have a motion to approve the minutes?
This is Angie. I'm to approve.
I'll second Celeste.
Thank you, Celeste. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. All right, now we'll take up item 5, consultation with legal counsel to receive legal advice on board governance. The advisory board will meet in a closed meeting to deliberate on the following matters pursuant to Texas Government Code 551.071 and 551.129. The advisory board will meet in closed session to engage in consultation with legal counsel to receive legal advice. No other business of the advisory board will be discussed. After this discussion, we will reconvene in open session. It is now 2:04 p.m. We will convene an executive session. Advisory board members, we will now move to room number 12.101 for those of you in person. Board members attending virtually, please remain on the Zoom while staff assign you to the executive session breakout room.
Melissa?
Yes.
I'm so sorry. This is Kathy. I'm interrupting. I'm just noticing that Megan is here now and didn't know if you wanted to update
All right. Thank you.
accordingly before we go into executive session.
We are switching the order. So the first 30 minutes will go into the legal counsel and then we'll.
Okay, that sounds good. Thank you.
Thank
And
you.
you all know that I have to just hop out at 2:50 and then I'll be right back by 3:15. Thank
Yeah,
you.
thanks for the heads up. All right, so you'll be automatically moved into the executive session breakout room as soon as you click join breakout room. So see you all in a moment. y'all able to hear us? Oh, there's the video. Can y'all hear us? Okay.
Oh, we got the thumbs up.
Okay.
Yes.
Can someone say something just so we can test that we can hear you?
Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I can hear you. I don't know.
Okay. So the time is 2:56. The advisory board is now reconvened in open session. I'm going to take a quick roll to make sure we have quorum. Melissa, Yuji here, Celeste,
Here.
Kathy,
Here.
Holly,
Here.
Angie,
Here.
Linda,
Here.
Jackie,
Here.
and Megan, show off,
Let us know
and
which is-
Rayon is off. Okay, but we have a quorum. So now we're at item 4, consideration and possible action to approve new research proposed projects. And we're starting with. Sorry. Are we starting with the first one, or do we need to switch the order anymore?
I mean, Celeste, it's up to you. You're very generous in swapping slots, but if you want to go first, I'm fine with that.
It doesn't matter. I can go ahead.
Okay, then we'll start with proposal 1, including
Awesome.
access requests, UTA 280, policy, high school course pathways, and student success.
Okay. All right. So what we're planning to do is the goal of the project is to identify the most effective coursework pathways for different groups of students, such as college-bound students, CTE students, and those ready to enter the workforce based on valuable credentials and employment opportunities. We propose to analyze the most efficient coursework pathways for accessing and succeeding in the academic to workforce pipeline. We will use various empirical methods to address our research questions and create a comprehensive study highlighting successful student pathways from high school to post-secondary options. We will specifically examine Texas policies governing PK-12 education focused on academic preparation through changes in curriculum, accountability, incentives, and funding in Texas schools. These include state policies beginning with the Foundation High Schools program through House Bill 5, CCMR, Perkins Act, and CTE to House Bill 8. And this House Bill 8 specifically incentivized schools to provide, excuse me, specific pathways such as dual credit. With these policies in mind, we plan to classify courses and course pathways to identify the most valuable options for college attendance, CTE, career development, credentials of worth, and employment. For tool development, we plan to consider adding features to the coordinating board's website, My Texas Future, such as college and career action plans to broaden options, set goals, and explore different pathways.
Sorry. Great. Thank you so much, Les. Any questions or comments from the board about the project? There are none. Do I have a motion to approve?
This is Holly. I motion to approve.
This is Kathy in a second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I
Opposed? Motion passes. Thanks, Celeste.
Thank you.
Moving on to proposal 2, including remote access requests, UH 122. Exploring the impacts K-12 policy lever on post-secondary student level outcomes.
Thank you. There is a researcher present to answer questions. Sorry, I'm just in that mode. So this proposed study seeks to answer 4 broad questions. One, how do patterns of exposure to teacher preparation across varied certification pathways associate with students' pathways and outcomes, including selection of endorsements, high school dual credit, CTE choices, etc. What resource utilization strategies across sources, including strategic staffing and apprenticeships as 2 examples, with respect to teacher certification most efficiently associate with greatest gains in student progress and completion outcomes. 2 additional questions this study seeks to answer broadly is how do varied approaches to resource distributions, including establishment of CTE centers and PTech high schools, dual credit offered in partnership with community colleges, influence student and regional level academic and individual economic outcomes. And finally, what regional level factors mediate or moderate, what resource utilization strategies across sources most efficiently lead to greatest gains in student progress and completion outcomes. We'll be using a variety of analytic approaches to ensure the appropriate application of modeling strategies that assess the causal relationships between key malleable policy factors and outcomes of interest. We believe that this proposed research aligns with with Talent Strong Texas framework by deepening our understanding of the ways that teachers impact students' K-12 learning opportunities and their post-secondary pathways and outcomes, as Texas seeks to right the balance of certified teachers in K-12 classrooms, even as we are working to expand the mechanisms by which those certifications can occur, understanding the relative contributions of educator preparation pathways to teacher effectiveness and student post-secondary readiness outcomes is a foundational contribution. And we similarly think that as Texas seeks to maximize the long-term economic benefits derived from strategic funding approaches at both the K-12 and higher education levels, again, understanding the relative contributions of budgeting approaches at the LEA level and their relationship to expansion of post-secondary pathways and outcomes is critical. We believe that the findings from this portfolio of studies of research questions may help inform a range of ongoing policy efforts, including focus areas such as the CMR OB funding as one primary example. Happy to answer questions.
Any questions or comments from the board?
I had one question.
Yes.
And it's a simple one, I think. On page 7, you mentioned retention, and I'm assuming is it teacher retention in the
Yes.
class? Because
Well,
it
we'll look
also-
at it. Sorry, Celeste, I'm interrupting you. I'm answering your question with enthusiasm. Please finish.
But it also looks like some by semester in post-secondary education. So I wasn't sure. I'm assuming you mean teachers in the classroom versus whether they stick it out in the preparation program.
It's actually both. So that the antecedent mapping the pathway to the classroom would include retention toward completion of the degree and certification, and then ultimately the longer term retention in classroom as in-service teacher.
Okay, and you might want to add that to your research question because
Okay,
that I
clarifying.
didn't really see as part of them. Because I think it's an important component.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that.
Any other questions or comments? Do we need to approve with an amendment to update a research question, Kathy, or?
I'm glad to. I can add that.
Or I'm looking at the research questions to see where it might be added, that Celeste was talking about, but I think it's broad enough that probably, so,
Yeah.
okay. All right, then do I have a motion to approve?
I move to approve, Celeste.
Holly, I second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Motion passes. Thanks, Kathy. All right, proposal 3, including remote access request, UTD 241, employment earnings and debt trajectories of students pursuing post-secondary credentials in Texas.
Okay, so our proposal advances a key goal of the ERC Plus initiative. So that's expanding the public value of the ERC program, and also responds to officials' calls to give high school and college students clear information on the labor market returns of post-secondary credentials, which range from industry-based certificates to graduate degrees. So there's a large body of research showing that many students, including those who have been traditionally underserved, select pathways without knowing whether they lead to in-demand jobs, jobs with livable wages, and manageable debt. And just recently in 2025, Texas passed HB 120, which requires the state to improve career advising across all public high schools. So our proposal kind of addresses those two issues by leveraging ERC data that are provided by the 3 agencies participating in the ERC program, along with publicly accessible employment and living wage data to create an interactive data dashboard that enhances career advising offered by high school counselors and college advisors. And so the vision for the interactive data dashboard, which we're hoping some of the features will be integrated into My Texas Futures, will present, numerical as well as graphical displays of earnings trajectories, employment stability, debt outcomes associated with a range of post-secondary credentials and combinations of those credentials. So we hope, and our vision for the data dashboard is so that the data that's presented in that dashboard will help high school guidance counselors and college advisors ask questions like, okay, so do the earnings trajectories differ for students with an Associates of Arts, I guess, or Sciences and Computer Science compared to those with an Associates of Arts in Computer Science and Cybersecurity Workforce Certificate? Like, how does student debt for a bachelor's in teaching compare between the North Texas and the Central Texas regions? So asking very descriptive questions like that. And I want to mention that as part of the proposal, the UTD ERC, in collaboration with its ERC Plus project partners, intends to conduct trainings that will teach high school guidance counselors and college advisors on how to navigate the data dashboard, how to interpret the data that is displayed in the dashboard, and how they can use those data in their advising practices. So to create the metrics that will be displayed in the data dashboard, we're requesting access to files provided by TEA, the Coordinating Board, and the TWC. So the TEA files will enable us to identify students' prior academic background in K through 12, whether they participated in a P-TECH program in early college, high school, and any certificates or any certifications that the student completed while they were in high school. The Coordinating Board data will allow us to capture information related to college enrollment, college readiness, college completion, and more specifically, the degrees and the certificates that the student earned when they completed that degree or certificate, who awarded it, what is their field of study. And we're also hoping to leverage the Coordinating Board files to gather information around marketable skills achievement at community colleges and technical colleges, as well as student debt. And finally, the TWC data will allow us to identify whether a student is employed, for how long, how much they're earning, And we hope to bring in NAC data to track students who leave Texas for college. But beyond the data that are in our ERC holdings, we would like to merge in publicly available aggregate level data from the National Center for Education Statistics, the Bureau of Labor Statistics, and ONET. And we would like to use these data to include information about occupational demand and outcomes by various geolocation indicators. And so we believe that, this analysis could help support education in Texas in two key ways. We think it has the potential to improve the quality of advising that high school and college students receive. So this analysis, which will feed in the data into the data dashboard, is designed to be interactive, and tailored to the student who actually meets with the advisor or counselor. The end user of this product are those high school guidance counselors and advisors, and we think that this data dashboard can actually help high schools respond to HB 120, and it also helps address limitations of current dashboards like Texas Cruise that present labor market data. And secondly, we think that this analysis could really help students make more informed decisions about their college pathways and the credentials that they seek to obtain. So with that, I'm open for questions.
Thanks. Holly, any questions or comments from the board?
Holly, just curious, I might have missed it from your proposal.
Mhm.
How are you defining the livable wage?
I think this is something that, we'll have to, figure out. I think, like, for example, Dallas College has, I think there's like Brookings Institution has come up with a way to define livable wage. Livable wage will obviously depend on the region, where the individual is located. And that's why we want to bring in those publicly available aggregate level data to allow us to make those determinations. But I don't think we have, unless, my team wants to, correct me. I think we're still trying to figure out how to define that.
Okay.
Yeah, I do think there are some organizations
Okay.
that together, because a few years ago I did a study using some of our data from some of our programs,
Mhm.
also looking at like self-sufficiency level wages.
Oh.
I want to say maybe University of Washington
Oh, okay.
used a code or a table, a list of that they put together. So there definitely are groups that put stuff like that together.
Yeah, I might reach out to you, Angie, just to pick your brain about what is the best way to calculate it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that would be super helpful for our study.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
Great.
Any other questions, comments? If not, do I have a motion to approve?
I motion to approve. This is Eugene.
A second, Celeste.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. All right, so we already did item number 5, so moving to item number 6, adjournment. Everyone, for being here today, do I have a motion and a second for adjournment?
I motion to approve. Eugene.
I second.
Right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, we are adjourned. Thank y'all.